What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel and another episode of What I've Been Playing. It's going to be a bit of a shorter episode this week. I've honestly pretty much just been playing the same exact games. Ace Attorney and God of War are really the two main games that I've been playing. So I'll talk about those for a minute, but then I also want to talk about what to expect in the next coming weeks and kind of some ideas that I've come up with that I want to incorporate into the channel and start doing. So I'll talk about that along with the games I've been playing. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first thing we'll talk about is the games that I've been playing. And like I said in the intro, the games have really just been Ace Attorney and God of War. A couple other games kind of thrown in there just for fun, but really Ace Attorney and God of War are the games that I've been really going at to try and finish. And I'll talk about Ace Attorney first because, man, I've really gotten into it. Last week I said I wanted to try to have episode 4 done by the time I made this video, and I did do that. Episode 4 was by far, out of the first game, my favorite case. It just kind of elevated everything, and it kind of wrapped everything up so nicely. So I'm working on episode 5, but episode 4, man, it's going to be hard to top it. I feel like the series can definitely do it, but man, just the plot twist, and it was the perfect length. It was like 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours long for that case, and man, it really hit on every level. So Ace Attorney's still enjoying it so far. And also God of War I've been working through. I kind of took a little bit of a, kind of not really a break, but there was a couple of days in the last week where I just kind of played old games. I just kind of got in that old game mood. I was playing old Call of Duties, a lot of old Call of Duties. I don't know why, I just kind of got in that mood. But I got back into God of War, still pushing through it, especially last night. I just really had fun exploring. That's all I did the entire night, was just explore everything that the game let me explore, and I really enjoyed it. Coming around more to the combat, I think once I realized that, this is not the same game as the original God of War. It's just the same story and characters, or at least the same character, and just set in a different time, and it's not going to be the same game. Once I realized that, I stopped comparing it to the original game, and I've enjoyed it a lot more. I love the original trilogy, but I'm really starting to like the new God of War 2018. So I'm pushing through that. I'm hoping that by next week I will have the first Ace Attorney game done, episode 5 done, and the platinum for God of War complete. And I'll update you in the next week with, if I actually did that or not. And then hopefully I get to move on to some other games, because January is not really, there's nothing at all that's coming out that I want to play, at least. February is where things start picking up. So while there's no games coming out, I might as well try to knock out some stuff in my backlog. So hopefully next week I'll have both of these done, and I'll have moved on to some other games. We can talk about some different games next week. Overall, a shorter recap of what I've been playing. I just kind of don't want to do the same thing I did last week and just talk about the same things. Just kind of wanted to give an update where I'm at and what my plans are for the next week. And also, I want to throw in, like I said in the intro, what plans I have for what is coming next. In the next couple of weeks, I have a couple of video ideas that I'm going to try to get out, and a couple of series ideas that I want to do. So I'll talk about those in this video. So first off, this week I want to try to get 2 videos out. I want to go over and just do a fun kind of 2 video thing where I go over the Xbox studios and the PlayStation studios and talk about each studio for the most part, and talk about and just kind of predict when I think whatever games they're working on are going to come out. So really going over the next 4 years of Xbox and PlayStation, and going over when I think those games for each will drop, and all the big titles and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't know anything. I'm just kind of having fun with it. Just kind of following patterns and things that I've seen, and kind of going off of that to make these predictions. So I think that'll be a fun 2-video thing. We'll do Xbox predictions and we'll do PlayStation predictions as well. Next week, Xbox announced that they are doing their next Developer Direct. It's coming next Thursday, and we're going to be seeing 4 games coming from Xbox this year, including Doom the Dark Ages, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, South of Midnight, and then a hidden 4th game. So obviously I'm super excited to see all 3 of those games. I talked about those games in my games I want to play in 2025 video. So those 3 games, super excited to see what those studios are working on and when to expect them. Hopefully all 3 of those get release dates. Maybe even all 3 come before July. That would be kind of crazy. But that 4th game, everyone's talking about what that 4th game is. Me personally, I think there's 2 possibilities. One is either the very, very highly rumored and leaked Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake / remaster. Very excited to see if that's actually a thing. I think it obviously is a thing, but does it get shown in this Developer Direct? I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I've never played an Elder Scrolls game. Believe it or not, those are on my backlog, especially Skyrim, but I've never touched Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind, and I've heard that the original Oblivion has not aged all that well, so having a remake, remaster might help with, trying to play it. So excited if that's what they're going to talk about, and that's the 4th secret game. But the other thing that I think it's more probable that this is what it is Double Fine's brand new game. It's been 3.5 years since we've heard from them. They released Psychonauts 2 in 2021, which was one of my favorite games of that year. So hopefully, that's what I'm hoping it is, because I'm excited. That's a very talented team over there at Double Fine, and I'm excited to see what Tim Schafer has been cooking up with his team. I think it'll be a smaller project, but we'll see. You never know. So I think it'll either be Oblivion remake or Double Fine's new game. So Developer Direct, I'm 100% going to post a thoughts and review video about it, but I've also thought about maybe trying to record a live reaction and posting that separately. So might do that. So you might see 1 or 2 videos about the Developer Direct next week, but those are the types of things that I want to cover. Whenever there's some kind of gaming events that I'm interested in, I want to try to cover those on the channel. So Developer Direct will be the first one of those we get to do this year, and I'm excited about it. So stay tuned next week to hear about the Developer Direct. And lastly, to end off this video, I want to talk about 2 kind of series of videos that I'm planning on doing. One of those being, I want to create a series called My First Time Finishing. So obviously, I've talked about I'm finishing God of War, I'm finishing Ace Attorney. I want to turn those into videos, not super long videos, not reviews, because obviously these games have been out for so long. But I just want to make a video about both games, talking about how my experience was finishing these games in 2025 and what I think about these games that have already been out, and just kind of talk about what I thought about these games and how it was finishing them for the first time. And I want to do that throughout the year. I want to do that for most of the games that I finish. If there's a game that I feel passionate enough about, that I like enough, I'll make a video about it and talk about my first time finishing it. So that is a video series idea that I've thought about doing, and I think I'm going to do that with Ace Attorney and with God of War and any other games, for the most part, that I finish throughout the year. Old games. Now, when we're talking about new games, I want to do reviews. Obviously, there's tons of people that review new games, but I thought, might as well, let's go in there and let's try to review some games. I've never really gone into it's not going to be a super critical thing or anything like that, but I just want to, play new games, finish them, or put a lot of time into them, and then go over my thoughts. And what I want to do is not do any kind of rating system or a number on the game. I just want to tell you if I recommend it or not. That's all I'm going to do. Simple as that. Do I recommend it? Do I not? And we'll go from there. So I think the first game that I'm going to do, unless things change, is Avowed, which is coming in just a little bit over a month's time. So we have my first time finishing, and we have reviews. Those two things. It'll cover the old games that I play and finish, and it'll cover the new games that I play and finish. I think that's a good way of doing things. So those two things, stay tuned soon. Hopefully, I will at least have one of my first time playing videos, or first time finishing videos, out before the end of the month. We'll see. I'm not going to put any kind of timeline on it. I want to finish these games, take my time and enjoy them, and then make a video about it. So we'll see how that goes. But 2 new video series ideas are in the works. So that'll be it for the video. Like I said, a shorter video today. I just want to go over, just do a quick recap of what I've been playing for the last week, which is basically the same stuff I was playing last week, and also give updates on what is coming in the future. So this is a short video. I just want to get this out, and yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you later.